I cannot fight this time. Why you running through my mind? It's getting hard to try and be the only one you need. I can't sleep, it's lonely, trying to be all on my own. I'll never get better if I try to be all alone. If I try to be all alone. If I try to be all alone. If I just try to hide and lock everything inside, my head is spinning, visions blurring, I don't mind. I can't sleep, it's lonely, trying to be all on my own. I'll never get better if I try to be all alone. If I try to be alone. If I try to be all alone. If I try to be all alone. All night long. Don't say I told you. I know you're formidable, but I can't find you to get you out my mind. So I've taken all my omens. I've listened to you hoping, and you keep begging me to understand. We've been out of time, but we can press rewind if I want to tell you something that I want. It's just the truth. I won't use my time wisely. I don't know when I'm trying. I don't even wanna hear your voice all night long. I believe in miracles, but I don't believe in your soul. I wish that we could just be friends, so it won't happen again. All this time I was wondering if I could be your king, but I don't even know if I could be anything. I had hopes for you, but it was misfortune. I wish that we could go back. I'll dance all day to the weekend, but you stay on my mind all the time. But I can't go back and press rewind. Hey! We've been out of time, but we can press rewind if I want to tell you something that I want. It's just the truth. I won't use my time wisely. I don't know when I'm trying. I don't even wanna hear your voice all night long. All night long. All night long. I've waited long enough and given up hope. Whoa, whoa. Takes a lot for me to break down my walls. Whoa. Every time you catch me say that I don't believe in love, you always try to change my mind. And even though my heart is cold, you're always there for me to hold. You never had to change your heart, but change your heart. you could only feel what I feel, you would understand what I can't heal. I see your eyes, you see through me. I am numb, but you can feel me. My soul is damned, but you have saved me. Every time you catch me say that I don't believe in love, you always try to change my mind. And even though my heart is cold, you're always there for me to hold. You never had to change your heart, but change your heart. I swear I'm almost ready.
We're ready.
Almost. Are you guys eating?
We ate already. I'm really loud and it's feedbacky.
I think that's coming from James. Yeah. Nope. Oh, I know it is.
What is it? Oh, I need to be muted.
Yep.
There we go. Okay.
That's better.
Perfect.
I fixed it.
Trying to blame me.
Always blame James.
That's the last
okay.
time we let Jackie set this up on her own.
Hey, you can always blame me if it becomes a marital dispute. Just blame me. That's fine.
I'm fine with that.
Almost ready here.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
It's okay. We really just need you to react more than anything.
I can do that.
You think we know what we're doing? Come on.
No. Who's in the private chat though, blah? Thank you, dude.
Bro, who do we have in the chat tonight?
We'll find out. Let's get the show on the road whenever you're ready, and we'll just do this.
If you're in the chat, stare at James really hard right now.
Staring.
All right, let's get this done.
Oh, Nancy Joe.
Distance nerding.
Well, hello.
Whoa, you started out with, hey.
Hey!
Ho.
Hey!
See? There it is.
I go
There
off
it is.
mic now, so that way it's not as loud, and I'm not destroying eardrums.
That's fine. You can destroy mine.
So destroy my eardrums, Daddy.
Guess what, guys?
Oh,
Guess what?
I like
Guess
it.
what?
Chicken butt.
You're now watching Distance Nerding.
I'm La Jackie.
He's La Young Phil.
And he is the Yamez 5000.
And we're here
to nerd.
together.
There.
There
We're
we go.
talking about anything pop culture, food, movies, music, wrestling. Seems like a lot of wrestling lately. Whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it.
Hey guys, as always, you got to find us on all the social medias like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Linktree, all at Distance Nerding.
There it be.
There it be. Well, young Yamez 5000, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm good. We have a special guest.
We do.
I love this. This is fun.
This is not a normal thing on Wednesdays, but we brought her on because, I mean, who doesn't want to see her? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Layaki.
The future Mrs. Foray, right?
The future Mrs. Distance Nerding.
Yes.
Matter of fact,
there you go.
yeah, she's the highlight of the show.
The
Hello.
future Mrs. Nerding. I love it.
Mhm.
We're coming down to the wire, huh?
We
Yeah.
are 10 days.
How many? 10? Get out of here! 10 days?
10
Mhm.
days.
I gotta start losing some weight. Damn it! Why didn't you guys say something earlier?
Yeah, no, you got to get ready for
Health at
that.
every size. Health at every size,
Right.
everyone.
Yeah.
Well,
Lots of
guys,
cycles going on here.
let's get this moving here. So let's talk about what we got on the show this week. This week on deck, we've got the download.
Is Moff Gideon a mutant? Interesting.
Interesting indeed. And starting rumors.
Is Disney Plus about to answer to the Punisher?
Punisher.
But first, shout outs.
But first, I want to shout out to Jackie for joining us. That's awesome that you jumped in. Have we ever been on a show together, like on the download?
She
Maybe-
was a guest
I was
on
a guest on like one of the first ones where
Right.
I talked
There
about
it is.
tacos.
right. Because remember, she was our expert on tacos.
That
All
is
right.
correct. That is
Right.
correct. That was a long time ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But,
a whole like 85 episodes ago or
Something like that. Yeah.
Holy cows. Yes, this is what, 87? Holy cow.
hmm
All right, so it looks like we got some nerd appreciation shout outs. First, we have a shout out to Poddex. Philippe, do you want to take that one?
Sure. Well, let me put it
over.
on the screen right there.
In fact, this episode is powered by Poddex. Poddex are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand or in the palm of your hand on an iPhone or some kind of Android device that you should really be using an iPhone for. So whether you're a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow an audience or just get more engagement, you're going to want to check out poddex.com and use code nerding10 nerding10 for 10% off your purchase. So that's purchase of the pod decks themselves, purchase of merch, purchase of the subscription to the app, which is how much again, Phil?
$40 a year.
$40 a year. That's nothing.
It is totally worth it. It is a great thing. Again, if you're not a podcaster, you're not an interviewer, if you just want to be the person who does an icebreaker at your work or, at the breakout and everything like that, the meeting, or you go to a party and you want to be the life of the party and ask a whole bunch of questions that you probably shouldn't be asking at a party. Still,
We should have Poddex on the tables at the wedding.
oh man.
Oh my god, like 1 or 2 questions each and we all have to ask each other. This is why we bring you on.
And then we can promote it and say, if you liked these questions, check out Poddex.
Oh my God. She really is. I'm telling you, she makes our show better.
I know. Maybe she should run the
That's why I'm
show.
marrying her. She makes my life better. Look at her.
I'll do the sweeping, I'll do the cleaning, somebody else just figure out all these amazing ideas. This is great.
Okay.
So that all being said, you may wonder to yourself, if Poddex powers the show, then what the hell powers young Phil? Phil has way too much energy. We don't know where it comes from. I'll tell you where it comes from. Ladies and gentlemen, young Phil's energy comes from Dubby.
From the
Yes.
Dubby.
Dubby. Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors, no dyes. I tell you this every week, guys, and it does not change. It is amazing, and it makes me feel great, and we're going to continue doing that. Now, guys, there are 5 delicious, count them, 5 delicious flavors of W. We've got Dub Sludge. We've got Galaxy Grenade. We've got Dragonade. We've got the Passion Joy Tea, and we've got the Beach and Peach, and they are all stupendously delicious. Guys, go to www.w.gg and use the code nerding10 for 10% off of your order.
Do you know every time Philippe talks about the flavors and he talks about Galaxy Grenade, I have like Jersey Shore flashbacks?
Hold on, I gotta take that off the screen so you can see what I was doing. Guys,
Good.
fist pump, fist pump, fist pump.
Beat the beat.
T-shirt time.
Even if I'm just in the other room and I hear it, I immediately am like, picturing Pauly D.
Secret time. I still watch Jersey Shore, and
Secret-
I love
so
it.
We watched the reunion, the family vacation one the other day, and we were
Uh-huh.
just, oh my god, what is this?
I still love it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I still love it.
It's like a
So
train
good.
that can't look away.
Yeah,
Great
so good.
train wreck. So yeah, on that right there, James, I think we might be ready for the next segment. Are you ready for the next segment?
No, because my computer is freezing right now, but that's cool.
Okay, well,
I'm ready. Let's
I'm gonna
talk
give
about
you. I'm
Stockton
gonna give you a
Con.
little bit of time. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Geekend Update.
Pretty good.
Oh
Not
yeah,
bad.
yeah, we are there. Jackie was not ready for that. She probably wonders what I'm screaming when I do that. And now she knows.
No, I know. I've just never seen it live and in color.
Yeah, I am actually off mic when I do it. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the Geek End Update, Stockton Con, August 13th and 14th. It's coming this weekend, man. We are gonna try and make it down there, specifically on Sunday because I work Saturday and I don't think James can make it on Saturday.
No, it's my brother's birthday and family things and whatnot. It's bland. I mean, I love you,
Tell your
brother.
brother to come to Stockton Con, duh.
I know, right?
Mike would be proud if you brought your brother to Stockton Con with us.
I would be proud if I brought my brother to Stockton Con. That'd be great.
Well, guys, guests include Ron Perlman, Ryan Hurst, Thunder Rosa, JBL, John Heater. Come on, guys. Art Adams, and so many more. I mean, Sons of Anarchy is pretty much there. You got Clay and Jax, or I'm sorry, not Jax, Opie there, right? And then
Is that why you guys are going? You're gonna go do the Sons of Anarchy stuff?
I wish, man. That's going to be on Saturday. So Perlman's only there on Saturday.
Oh. Got it.
That saddens me. And I'm sure Hurst is only going to be there on Saturday too.
Wow.
Because I really wanted to go to that. Tyler really wanted to go to that. But again, I'm going to be working on Saturday, so we're going to miss out on that.
Unless you get the poops.
Unless I get the poops. That's
Nobody argues with the poops.
Mhm.
Bosses never argue with the poops.
true. Mhm.
I think that's a rule. That's like an OSHA rule. You can't argue with the poops.
Yeah, James knows. It's like one of those things where, because James is a boss, so it's like, you know, when somebody calls in and says, "Hey, yeah, I can't come in because of the poops," you're going to a con, aren't you?
That code for
That's code for I'm not coming into work because I'm going to go do something funner than work.
Exactly.
that's exciting. Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
This is it really John Heater?
Yes,
Okay.
John
Like Napoleon.
Napoleon Dynamite. He's going to be
I
there.
thought it was pronounced differently.
Header?
Yeah.
No, it's John Heater.
God, Philippe. Come on.
Gosh, haven't eaten anything all damn day. Gosh, just give me some tots. Give me some tots, Napoleon.
Payable.
Eat your dang
Chickens have
quesadilla.
Do the chickens have large talons? What'd you say? The
Well-
chickens. Do they have large talons?
Well, thank you for clearing that up for me.
So, guys, expect tons of amazing artists and vendors. There's always good people there. There's always a good time when you do anything for Stockton Con in general. If you're interested in tickets, guys, go to StocktonCon.com and check the site for local comic shops selling the tickets. And also buy your autograph spots ahead of time. So you have more time to enjoy Stockton Con. So, I mean, yeah, guys, it's going to be a great time. And if we do end up going on Sunday, I don't know, maybe a new version of Unipool might show up hanging around in Stockton.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I'm just throwing that out there. There is a Unipool variant out there that is much better in the face.
Much better in the face. Okay. All right. Cool. Much better in the face. Nobody's ever said that before. Don't forget Stockton Con. I think it's StocktonCon.com, right?
Yeah, StocktonCon.com.
There you go. And what was Mike saying? Like, if you go to their partners, like the comic shops, the local comic shops, they actually have a really good deal on buying like a 2-day pass. So
yeah,
go check out, support your local comic shops. Go check them out. Like, I forgot which the ones he said, but they're in like Sacramento, Elk Grove, Stockton, Lodi, Modesto. There's some in the Bay. Just go check out StocktonCon.com for the tickets and all that business. Hooray. Hooray. But you know what else is coming up?
What do we got coming up? Tell me what's coming up. I'm excited for it.
Do pray tell.
This may be the first appearance of Mr. and Mrs. Foray. I'm just saying, the first public appearance may happen at California Republic Comic Con, Placerville, California, September 25th. It's going to be awesome. They're about to announce a bunch of new guests that are coming. There's going to be tons of amazing artists and vendors. I think our boy Luis Rivera will be there. I think our boy Darren Chibi will be there.
I believe Darren Chibi is going to be there, and not only that, it's not just Luis Rivera. Or Luis Rivera is going to be there. Eric Ruiz is going to be there, and he's going to be representing Lucharillas.
Oh,
So
very
that's gonna be
cool.
exciting.
I didn't know he was going to be there. That's awesome. I
Mhm.
dig that. I dig that. That is good.
Have at the California Republic Comic Con.
So at California Republic Comic Con, of course, we have all the amazing artists and vendors. We're gonna have they're gonna be announcing the celebrities that are gonna be there and everything like that. But then there's also gonna be cosplay contests with cash prizes, and the coolest thing that they give away, the Forever Pass. And remember that you can purchase a Forever Pass from Colossus Girl Entertainment, and that gets you into every con for life.
That's fun and fresh.
Yeah, fun, fresh, and funky free.
Oh,
By the way, Jackie, your mom says hi.
hello, mother.
And then Nancy Joe said something about X-Lax and Twinkies.
Oh no.
I mean, you
Does
be
not
you.
sound like a good time.
That sounds like something I have to legally advise against.
Being that Jackie works in
I work in a medical field. Let's
yeah,
just put it that
we'll
way.
put it there. Just as a medical professional, she has to
Or
tell you
as
not
a
to do
not as a medical professional.
that. I mean, you're a professional that works in the medical field.
I'm just saying,
not a medical professional.
I'm just saying that doesn't sound like a good time to me.
It doesn't. It does. It sounds terrible.
Well, I
Out there, I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
my mom's a nurse, and we're Filipino, so I feel like I can give medical advice, and I say do it. I say get the X-Lax and the Twinkies and just do it.
All right.
Yeah, that
Don't
sounds
question it.
all out.
James has different kind of fun than I do.
James calls that painting the bathroom wall.
Okay.
That paints a wonderful picture.
And now, guys, remember to come and hang out with us, because what do we do when we're hanging out at the cons, James?
I don't know. Tell me.
We're interviewing celebs. We're doing trivia. We're talking to people. We're up on stage. Sometimes people come up and talk to us and sing with us and just want to hang out. So it's
And
almost
we
like a
give away-
mini hangout.
Right. And we give away a crap ton of prizes. If you like free stuff, come and hang out with Distance Nerd. We will give you free stuff.
Yep. Do some trivia, test your knowledge. I just got some new little prizes, some Funko stuff.
Nice.
So some pins, some Funko Pops that we're going to be giving away. It's going to be awesome.
That's fun and fancy free.
Fun and funky
Exactly.
fresh.
So don't forget, California Republic Comic Con, September 25th, Placerville, California. This is like Sacramento. It's like our backyard, right?
Exactly.
California Republic Comic Con.com. Get all the information there.
Exactly. It's super excited. Can't wait for this. We are going to have a great time, and as we always do. So
Always. Always.
ways. So that all being said, and all of the Geek End update stuff and the shout outs out of the way, I think it might be time for the download. Ran this a little late, but there we go.
You know, Philippe, you have the app for pod decks. We can like grab different questions from the different pod decks, print them out, and put them on the tables. Like maybe like 5 questions each. Like get to know your table mates at the wedding kind of thing.
Heck
That's such a
yeah.
good idea.
That's what
You
I had.
know?
What I had in mind.
That's what I was saying. That's I was just thinking about what La Jacquet was saying, and I was like,
And
yeah,
I,
that'd be
I
cool.
already know which category I'm going to use.
Which
College
one?
life?
College life, because let's make it weird.
I like it.
Okay, so we're doing the download, and we have some sad news from Rydell High. Olivia Newton-John, the singer and actor, best known for her iconic role in the movie musical Grease, has passed away.
Sad day.
Aside from Grease, she had a decades-long career in music and philanthropy, while dealing with 30 years of breast cancer treatment, and sounds like she's just had some ongoing like treatment and remission and that kind of stuff.
I didn't realize she had breast cancer.
Yeah, those it's hard to know those types of things.
Right.
Her healing, inspiration, and pioneering experience with plant medicine continues with Olivia Newton-John's Foundation Fund, dedicated to researching plant medicine and cancer.
She seems like one of those class acts. Like she brought no attention to like her actual issue, but she used her popularity, I guess, to do something good for other people, like the researching and the, a plant medicine and creating a foundation, to help support, curing or finding relief from cancer. That's cool. I didn't know anything about that. That's cool.
Right. I mean, and Jack, you already know you're the one that I want.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Cam in the
The one
chat.
that I want.
What's funny is Cam in the chat just mentioned Xanadu, which me and
Mhm.
Jack watched a while back, and that movie is pretty freaking
Xanadu.
wacky.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I feel like the movie Grease, that's where I was pretty much introduced to Olivia Newton-John. I feel like it's one of those movies that is similar to kind of Wizard of Oz, where like it has kind of not only held up over time, it's become like a movie that we all like watch when we're like kids growing up, even though there's some scenes that are not like super appropriate in Grease for like
There's
kids.
some scenes that don't hold up now.
Yes.
Yeah.
A cult classic.
Yeah.
Yes. And so that's pretty much where I know Olivia Newton-John is from Greece.
Between Grease and Let's Get Physical.
That too.
Physical.
Oh, that's good. Keep it going.
I wanna get fit. Oh, you're not talking about me. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll take the next one here. So,
Wait, hold on. Oh yeah, her final on-screen role was Olivia, a fictionalized version of herself in the very excellent Mr. Dundee. I guess that's a movie, and she was only 73 when she passed. Sad. Okay.
Sorry about that. Did not mean to do that.
Did you just leave?
I didn't know. what was
Yeah,
going
I hit the
on.
back button by accident when I was trying to get back to our page. Sorry.
So,
Oh,
James
jeez.
James was talking about the last role that Olivia Newton-John played was you said a fictional character of herself.
Yeah, it's called she played Olivia in the movie The Very Excellent Mr. Dundee. I'm gonna have to look that up. Whenever somebody passes, I'm like, I want to see the last thing they were in.
Yeah. Yeah, because then you get to see like what ended their legacy kind of thing,
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's keep it going.
All right.
On to
you got it. Go ahead.
on to lesser news. Less is more, but there will be more Les Grossman. Huh? Les Grossman.
Easily one of my favorite characters in that movie, and we're gonna get to that here in a second. But I don't think there's anybody who's seen this movie that did not love Tom Cruise as Les Grossman.
Yeah, Tropic Thunder is so underrated and so under the radar, like inappropriate. Like,
Oh yeah.
this movie should not have happened, but okay, that's cool. Anyway, all right, let's keep it going. So after Tom Cruise and Top Gun Maverick took over with $1.3 billion at the global box office,
$1 billion.
it took over Titanic as Paramount's highest grossing movie domestically, the studio is reportedly revisiting Cruise's standout Tropic Thunder character, Les Grossman. Oh, I guess he
gotta get off
he
mic.
wants to do it. He wants to do a Les Grossman movie.
Take a step back and literally fuck your own face.
Wow. Wow.
It's like but then the guys like that he says it to the dude on the phone, like looks at the phone like, what the hell did he just say?
Guess what, young Phil? Still inappropriate. So
And the character is inappropriate.
So Tom Cruise and filmmaker Christopher McQuarrie, the star actor and producer, I guess they collaborate a lot. I didn't even realize it, but they also collaborated on Mission Impossible 7 and 8. So that's the new ones that are coming out. So Dead Reckoning Part 1 and 2.
Right.
They're setting up 3 new projects with Paramount. And I guess they're like fixated on doing a Tom Cruise as Les Grossman, like again in some movie. And he might be in like 3 different movies, but as Les Grossman. It's so
We're
crazy.
building a universe.
Exactly.
Les
Exactly.
Grossman. And I like the idea of like if they do it in the style of Tropic Thunder, where it's like, you know, this alternate universe with these like fake movies, and they have like these budget trailers that don't exist. And Les Grossman is just like a producer in that world, and maybe this is the next movie he goes and produces.
Yeah. And one of the movies may be like original song and dance, like musical type thing, which I could totally see, you know, Tom Cruise doing something like this as Les Grossman.
Boots in the fur.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I so want this to happen. So everybody needs to go out, see Top Gun again, go see Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning whenever it comes out. So
I think that's next year. When it comes out. Yeah.
So I guess Chris McQuarrie and Tom Cruise are like super into this. So Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, written and directed by McQuarrie, will be in theaters next year, July 14th. And hopefully we'll be getting more Les Grossman news.
I called it.
Speaking of Paramount,
everything is green Paramount.
Yes.
Paramount Pictures has announced the release dates for a couple of its upcoming family films. Family fun. So this is going to be Sonic the Hedgehog 3 will be speeding into theaters on December 20th, 2024.
Did you guys see Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2?
I have. I don't know if Jackie's seen either of those.
I haven't.
Yeah.
I saw both, and they didn't even mention it, but Sonic the Hedgehog, what is his name? Knuckles? Knuckles is getting a spin-off.
Yeah, he's getting his own show on Paramount Plus.
Jeez, crazy.
There is also looks like an untitled Smurfs animated musical. Sorry.
Gotta do it.
You got to do the James joke.
What will La La Land on? Oh, got it. Sorry.
La 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 land.
I totally missed the bus on that one. On February 14th, 2025.
Wait, do it. You got to do it.
La 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 land on February 14th,
on
2025.
On Valentine's Day.
Yes.
There you go. I was kind of proud of that. La 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 land.
It was pretty good. I caught it. Jackie didn't catch it.
I was like,
when you're reading it, you're just like trying to read it. But
la 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 la. Guys, this is not scripted. The show is not scripted at all. This show is we do everything off the cuff. I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway,
you're off the cuff.
News.
Yeah.
No.
Breaking Moff news.
Oh.
Giancarlo Esposito of Breaking Bad and The Mandalorian and The Boys has said that he has been talking with Marvel Studios about the possibility of joining the MCU. There have been talks about playing a few different characters, but the one that he's most interested in is taking on the role of Professor X, Professor Xavier. How do you feel about that, James?
I haven't finished watching Breaking Bad yet. So
okay, good.
I don't know.
What do you like him though? Do you like Giancarlo Esposito?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's what I'll see him as.
as us.
Yes.
hmm and I can see that because you haven't seen The Boys, right? And I know Mandalorian's kind of for you.
I watched the first season.
Yeah, so he's the villain in the very last episode.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So yeah, I mean that Professor. Are you familiar with Professor Xavier? Did you watch the cartoon in the 90s?
I did watch the cartoon.
I knew that. That's why I asked that.
Yeah.
So he
So
wants
in the movies, he'd be the Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
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 I get that much.
Yeah. I mean, I think as an actor, I think he'd be great. I just want to see a backstory that matches Professor Xavier. You know, during a recent interview with TJH Superhero Car Show and Comic Con, I have not worked for Marvel yet. I've been in a room with them and talked to them. There's talk of Magneto. There's been talk of Doctor Doom, and there is Professor X. I'm going to go for something that is a little bit different. I'm going to go and put it out in the universe that it is Professor X. Marvel Studios has yet to confirm any live action X-Men projects is in the works. D23 Expo is set for 9/11/2022. No joke for me, James. Damn.
No, you get nothing. You got to work. Nothing's scripted. You got to do it on your own.
D23 is Disney's convention.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Disney has 3 shows that they do major announcements at. It's been 2 shows, but this year they did a 3rd one because they went back to San Diego Comic-Con. So they did San Diego Comic-Con this year, which, you know, we saw a lot of good stuff, but we know they held back. D23 is their kind of con. It's the Disney con and all that. They usually do a lot of big announcements at D23. And then the Disney investors meeting is another one where they usually do major announcements for stuff. So we'll probably get a lot of stuff at D23, but then all the big like monster announcements, whether it's like, you know, this is who's playing this and all this other stuff. For if they announce like the cast of Fantastic Four, we get X-Men movies, that's going to be at the investor meeting.
Or at D23 Expo. Or I'm sorry, Disney Plus Day, which is like coming up. So
I forgot about Disney Plus Day. And like Disney Plus Day is another one, but they usually that's them announcing TV shows for the most part.
Yeah, it's anything just for the streaming service. Cam chimed in. He said he'd make a better Professor X than Doctor Doom, which is interesting because I think he could do any one of these characters, Doctor Doom, Magneto, or Professor X. Giancarlo Esposito has those kind of chops where he could be like evil and maniacal and just like cold-blooded, and that's kind of all 3 of these guys in a certain sense. You know what I mean?
All 3 characters are very nuanced as they go on, right? So I mean, like Giancarlo Esposito. What's funny is Giancarlo Esposito, his characters tend to be bad guys. He tends to be really good at playing villains. But when you see him like in person, or when you see like if you ever hear him in interviews, he's like the nicest dude in existence.
Right.
When we talked to Rob about him, like Rob was saying, like when he met him, he was like the coolest guy ever. Right. So it's like that's one cool thing. Like I can see Giancarlo Esposito playing a Magneto or Doctor Doom. I don't necessarily want him to play Doctor Doom. You know who I think would be good as Doctor Doom is Cillian Murphy.
Oh, yes.
Because Cillian Murphy is one of those guys that can, you know, he can play a bad guy. He played Scarecrow and he did it really well. He can play a good guy, you know, really easily. But like the whole thing is he can play mastermind evil really well.
And he's a good-looking dude. He's a really good-looking dude.
That's the whole thing is Doctor Doom is generally a good-looking guy. He wears the mask because he has like a scar in his cheek and he thinks that he's like permanently disfigured, but that has to do more with his ego than it's anything else.
Yeah, I could see him. Yeah, that'd be a good one. So who would you prefer to see Giancarlo Esposito as out of those 3 characters?
I honestly think he would kill it as Magneto, but it would be interesting to see him as Professor X. You know, I think that he could pull off Professor X because Professor X is overall is kind of a villain because he's very manipulative, right? He kind of manipulates the X-Men into doing things that he wants to do, and that leads to Onslaught later on in the comics, right? And that could be something that they could do easily. Is that's how we get Onslaught, and then later on you get Red Onslaught with Red Skull. So I mean, like, I think that would be cool because he can play the good guy, but with like kind of like bad tendencies. Versus
Right.
Magneto's the opposite. Magneto's a bad guy with good tendencies.
Yeah.
Because Magneto has very good intentions. He just goes about them the wrong way.
Classic anti-hero type thing.
Right.
I may just be totally outside of this. Remind me the actor's name who's been playing him.
Playing who?
Magneto.
No. Professor X.
Oh, Patrick Stewart.
I mean, there's nobody that's really like, how most of like these characters have like alternates.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like he's always played that character.
Mm-hmm.
And so it almost seems like an appropriate time for somebody to take over that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
like a race bend type
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, and like Patrick Stewart fits the role so perfectly. There's nobody who fits it better than him.
Yeah.
But I agree with you that it would be nice to see it changed up,
because I feel like that's the only person who plays that character.
Him and James McAvoy, but I mean James McAvoy's entire take on it was completely different.
Yeah,
he was the young version of that.
Right.
And plus, with the Magneto backstory, it might be a little hard to put Giancarlo Esposito.
Well, the rumor is that they would if they moved it up in timeline rather than him being a Holocaust survivor. One of the rumors is that if they were to race bend him, he would be a survivor of the Rwanda genocide.
Yeah, I can see that happening too.
Yeah. So I mean, like, there is a way to get that same tragedy out of it. It may not be, and there's a lot of people who will take offense to that because there's a lot involved in Magneto's backstory and him being a Holocaust survivor. And then, just again, you have a dude who has good intentions, but he goes about everything the wrong way.
I have a question. Why can't he be a Holocaust survivor?
If they make it current day, or like I think the MCU currently is in like 2024 or something like that. Okay. Like it's in the future. He wouldn't be able to be a Holocaust survivor because he'd be too old, basically.
Why couldn't they just do a little razzle dazzle and make him live a longer life?
And that's what some people were saying, is that technically Magneto, because he manipulates the metals in his body, that he can live a longer life.
I feel like somebody of color could still be a Holocaust survivor because they were still
persecuted.
They were still persecuted.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that still fits. You would just have to, if you wanted to do like a flashback or something, I think that would still fit. And
but I can see a lot of backlash in that. I can see a lot of people going like, "Well, there weren't black people in the Holocaust."
But
there were.
There were.
Right, but I mean, I can see people complaining about it, especially people who are ignorant of history. You tend to see a lot of that happen. So,
interesting.
Anyway, I was gonna say let's not dwell too much on that. But I mean, what do you think, Jackie? Do you think he could make a good Professor X?
Yeah, I think I think a lot of the roles that I've seen him in, he's a very stoic type of character, and I think that fits, from the very little that I know.
Right.
I feel like that fits that role among the other things that I've already shared.
And he was just in The Boys, and he was very, in a suit, calm, cool, collected, diplomatic type thing. He can play those serious kind of dramatic roles, and that's kind of what Professor X is,
right,
for the most part. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting.
Very.
Okay, ready? On to some DC news pudding. Anybody want to give the pudding? Philippe, give me your best Harley Quinn.
My voice is way too deep for Harley Quinn.
I know. I just like putting it out there.
How you doing, pudding? Nah, it's terrible.
That's great. That's great.
Horrible. That's so bad.
Do it more often. All right, the third season of DC's animated Harley Quinn is on right now, and it's amazing. It's great. I started watching it. Yeah.
I haven't started yet. I heard it's great though.
I think they're only like 4 episodes in. I think I don't know how many episodes, but yeah, like 4 episodes. Cam will look it up. Cam will tell us right away. It'd be awesome.
I'm sure Cam will somehow watch the entire show, even though it hasn't aired yet.
I know. He's on the dark web.
He actually just in the chat. Next episode is tomorrow.
But I mean, Warner Brothers is going through all this weird DC stuff, right? Like canceling things. But it looks like Warner Brothers Animation is already planning a season 4 of Harley Quinn, the animated series, which I'm so down for. This is cool.
I mean, they would be dumb not to continue this series. It's gone like gangbusters. Even though for the first season they had no faith in the first season at all. Even though I mean they did some good viral marketing on the first season to try and get people to watch it, but you go and watch it and it's like this show is freaking hilarious and so meta, and it doesn't take itself seriously, and it like firmly lives in the DC universe, but at the same time is making fun of every aspect of it.
I think it was
Bane,
actually
I love Bane, dude, because he's such a caricature of the different versions of Bane.
I think it was good that it started out on the DC Universe app versus HBO Max. You know, so it gave a little bit of like, well, we're just creating content. Let's see what we can do. Let's just, you know, push the boundaries. Whereas, like, if it went straight to HBO Max, it might have been like, you know, kids may want to watch it. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
So I think they had a little bit of the chains off when it came to doing it on the DC universe, and then it stuck. And then they're like, oh, we'll just keep it going. This is going to be our Deadpool type thing, you know.
And like all 4 staple shows from DC Universe ended up on HBO Max.
Oh yeah, good point. Good
Titans,
point.
Doom Patrol. They brought back Young Justice, and then Harley Quinn.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so there hasn't been an official announcement by DC or Warner Brothers, but according to the Entertainment Identifier Registry, which I had no idea was a thing, I guess it's a service media. It services media companies to manage content that's being released on multiple platforms. The studio has already registered Harley Quinn for a 4th season, so I guess they probably do like copywriting or something like that.
Yeah, and that means Brandon still has a job.
Exactly. Shout out to Mr. Brandon McKinney. He's worked on all 3 seasons. So
right.
Cool.
Who's another gentleman that we need to have back on the show.
Yeah, we do. That would be awesome. That would be good just to pick his brain, because last time we talked to him, I think it was only season 1 and 2 were out.
Yeah, I want to talk to him about that Giants comic book.
And the Giants comic book that Chris Marinan was working on.
Yeah.
So I have a Harlivy season 3 opsis.
Harlivy season 3 synopsis.
The mayhem and madness continue in season 3 for this biting and uproarious adult animated comedy series, wrapping up their Eat Bang Kill tour. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy return to Gotham as the new power couple of the DC villainy, along with their ragtag crew, King Shark, Clayface, Frank the Plant. I forgot about Frank the Plant.
I love that Frank the Plant is such a hardcore character in this show for being something that was created for the show. I love it.
Who is it? JB Smoove?
JB Smoove plays Frank.
Yeah, that's great. Harlivy strives to become the best version of themselves while also working towards Ivy's long-desired plan of transforming Gotham into an Eden paradise.
I love that they ship their names together, because I don't even think they did that in the comics when they hooked up.
No, I've never heard of it until season 3 started to come. Harley Quinn season 3 is on HBO Max now. Now.
I need to get back to watching that. I haven't watched it since season 2 finale, so I mean I gotta start watching season 3.
Yes.
Speaking of the future DCEU.
Oh, segue.
I love segue. Look at the smile on her face right now. I love it.
Okay. DCCW
is segues got me.
DCCW is slowly going away. Flash is ending next season. Batgirl the movie was canceled. Wah, wah.
Yeah.
Who knows what will happen next with the Flash and with all of Ezra Miller's drama and baggage.
Antics.
Antics.
Did you hear what he did this time?
Something about he burglarized something.
Apparently he stole a bunch of alcohol out of somebody's house.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was enough to be like a felony.
Yeah.
Wow. So then it was more than $500.
Yeah.
I think to be a felony, it has to be more than $500.
Yeah. So it's a felony now. Way to go.
It's one bottle of Cristal.
Maybe that's what he took.
I know, right?
THR is reporting that there is a 10-year plan laid out with Warner Brothers. Discovery chief David Zaslav.
Almost had it perfect right
I
there.
almost had it. How do you say
No,
it?
Zaslav. You had it. You
Zaslav,
almost had it
okay.
perfect. Yeah.
That's how I normally say it. Zaslav. I usually add a question mark at the end.
Zaslav. Alphabet.
Anyways, that guy hopes will allow the brand to actually complete what Marvel Studios has been doing.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
real quick,
Uh-huh.
do you think that's a good idea? Because they specifically said they're setting it up to compete with what Marvel's doing. Do you think that's a good approach?
No, I don't think that they should be comparing themselves to Marvel. Given that Marvel built their entire brand over a course of what at this point 20 years, right? So I mean, like, you know, they put in Marvel put in the work in order to have a universe that's built like that. DC tried to do everything right off the bat, right? And it's kind of like, I get it now. They have established characters and they can continue telling stories, and then, you know, maybe 5-10 years down the road, maybe then we'll have another Justice League movie and they'll have enough story built up. But what they need to do, if they really want to do what Marvel did, they have to focus on single characters, build those characters with great stories, and not just, you know, do spectacle, but build a good story and then make us care to want to see the Justice League together.
Jackie, what do you think of DC versus Marvel? Like, do you prefer like these movies over those movies, that sort of thing?
I'm trying to think. Oh, is that Greg?
Was that? It's ladies and gentlemen, we've got another guest in here. So please welcome with your hands, your eyes, and your ears to the beautiful.
Welcome with my hands. What?
Clap, dude.
Oh shit. Okay.
Please put your hands together for Squints. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. Squints is still trying to get in here, so let's continue here.
Wow.
How about I use my hands to lift up his Wi-Fi? Just
That was anticlimactic. So, I mean, I feel like I'm partial to Marvel, only because my new favorite character is Scarlet Witch. She is on my Apple Watch face since I've had it. But I just, yeah, I mean, I probably prefer Marvel.
Mhm.
But I'm not opposed to the other, and I'll watch the other movies.
I totally agree. Like, I'm a longtime comic book reader. Like, my favorite characters are probably more in DC. Like, I love Green Lantern and Robin and Nightwing. Those are kind of my guys. But like, I prefer how Marvel and the MCU and Kevin Feige and Disney are doing things versus DC's kind of all over the place. So
Right. And I mean, Marvel, their whole thing is they're so well put together at this point. The storytelling is there, right? The whole thing is they tell stories that you care to watch, right? You want to know what's going on. Like Miss Marvel knocked it out of the park. They did such a good job with that show to make you care about a character that's only been around since 2007 in comparison to Iron Man, who's been around since the freaking 60s. You know, so I mean, like, you know, they did a really good job with that, and they understand how to merge the source material with the stuff that's coming with, like, you know, their line of storytelling, right? Like they keep the essence of the source material there, and it doesn't disrespect the original characters, but it adds things that are new, right?
So, just quick side note on that. So, you know, all this is coming about, and DC's canceling things. You know, there was even some today that got canceled, but like Cam was mentioning, like, so far we still got Blue Beetle coming, but they just canceled Batgirl, which the same directors that did Batgirl that it will not see the light of day. They also did Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
The latest MCU, kind of like the next generation of the MCU. So
that's been one of the arguments on Twitter. I think Feige said something about that, where he was saying, like, the Batgirl got canceled when they just did one of the best story arcs in Marvel with Miss Marvel. So it's like, if you think that they didn't do a good job for this movie, oh no, it was Kevin Smith. He said, like, if you think that they didn't do a good job in this movie, go watch Miss Marvel and tell me that they don't know how to direct.
His show for DC just got canceled today. Stranger Worlds was like a comic series, like a sci-fi comic series. That was still in the early stages of, but he was going to produce and direct, but that just got shelved as well.
Yeah,
So
that's I mean, but that's not the first time a Kevin Smith project with DC.
Yeah, but it was still a DC project that got shelved.
Yeah, because he did Superman and that got shelved. So
yeah,
he also talks about, I mean, you know, he had a giant spider walking around in that movie. So I mean, yeah. Hey, Squints, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I just want to make sure we knew you were there. You knew that we knew you were there.
Yeah.
Squints, DC, Marvel. What are you?
Oh, Marvel, totally.
Gotcha.
And
All right.
sorry, James, I had to steal the distance starting jet to make it home on time.
Well, at least you're using it for good.
That's why he couldn't leave and go on his vacation, because he was wondering where that jet went.
That's why I'm here. Like, I'm like, where did they park the jet? I don't know where the jet is right now.
You parked the jet yourself? I thought you had a pilot that parked the jet.
I mean, I tell them where to park it.
Hey, I have done enough flight simulators that I think I can fly.
Yeah. And honestly, the Disney parking lot is really big, so it's hard. You get lost. Released.
I can fly. I'm sorry, that's canceled, right?
Back to the DC Marvel discussion we were having. One of the things that I was sitting here thinking about when you guys were talking was how all of the for somebody who doesn't know anything about comic books or how this all like works together, is Marvel, I feel like it seems like Marvel has done a good job at making all of its movies like cohesive, and it's very apparent that they are a collection.
Yeah.
And with the other DC movies, it's not so much. Like, you don't realize that they're all living in the same universe and are going to come together. Like, I feel like Marvel, they had all their, like Philippe was saying, like the individual movies, and then they come together and do a movie, and then to explore like their different origin stories in different movies. And so I feel like they've done a better job of just making it seem like a collection.
Yes.
And then again, I don't really know too much about this, but I feel like just at its very like core, DC is and this, again, I don't read the comics, this is just based off of the movies. They almost occur like in a simpler time, as opposed to Marvel. It's always like very like, I feel like more complicated. And that's just because I've seen like the Batman movies, and then I've watched the Superman 2, the one that Aaron got me to watch. And it just seems like they happen in like they happen in simpler times, and
like almost in a bubble.
Yes. I mean, you could say the same thing for Marvel, but like it's like, that like Marvel is going to be like chaotic and flashy and all this like super like cool stuff and stuff like that. And not that DC doesn't have that, like, they have cool stuff. It's just more simple. I just feel like it's a simpler thing.
I totally agree with you, and I think that has something to do with the era when it all started, like with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. That's all like 40s, and those are kind of the big three that they haven't been able to get away from. So I think you're totally right.
I went through a time where I was watching the Batman from the 60s.
66 Batman.
Yeah.
Adam
I was watching that, and then you go and watch like a Batman movie from like the 80s, 90s, whatever, and there's still like some degree of that like simpleness to it. But not saying that like that's bad, because
I see what you're saying.
I like that.
Yeah. And I mean, like, there's different tones in that, just because, Frank Miller rewrote Batman in the 80s and made it like darker, and him being more of a, you know, that this badass character that every movie since 1989 has been based on. They've all been based on a version of one of Frank Miller's stories, because everybody wants to go for that dark, you know,
Gritty.
kind of gritty
Mhm.
tone, and they're all based on Frank Miller, right? Whereas Danny O'Neill was more what you were basing the 66 Batman on, right? Because Danny O'Neill was writing all the campy stuff and all that stuff, and which that all, you know, happened because they wanted to lighten him in the 60s with the show, and they started writing the comics after that.
Okay, if you're in the chat, tell us if you're more leaning to DC or more leaning to Marvel. I kind of want to know. Take a mini poll, but we do have a quote from Zaslav. His name has a question mark at the end, right? Yeah,
Could he be a superhero, like a super villain on his own? Zaslav,
Yeah,
I know, right?
right?
For
That he
real.
his name sounds like a DC villain.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. He
Um,
created the Winter Soldier, that kind of thing.
so his quote is, "We think we can build a much stronger, sustainable growth business out of DC. And as a part of that, we are going to focus on quality. We are not going to release any film before it's ready. DC has something we can make better. DC is
Interesting.
better."
It is interesting because I mean,
I
like
have to
Cam said in
I
the
have
chat.
to step away really
No, that's
quick.
fine. Cam said in the chat, right? Marvel is making great live action movies. DC is killing it with the animated movies and series. I mean, and it's true. Like DC is unmatched with their animated stuff, right?
Mhm.
Because Marvel cannot catch up when it comes to the animated stuff, but it's because they've had such a head start. Same thing when you look at the live action stuff. Marvel has such a head start. It's going to be hard for DC to catch up. You know, and they can't find the right tone. So I mean, there's a lot of issues when it comes to that, right? And things like that in that place. Um, I understand, like, Zaslav probably realizes that they can make a lot of money if they figure out how to get DC to work correctly. But the thing is that they're still going about it the wrong way. You know, they're going at it in a way where it's, let's find the best way to make money versus
Mhm.
let's find the best way to make the best product out there. Even though he's saying we're going to focus on quality, right? I mean, they said that before. You know, they've said we are going to focus on quality, and you know, it's been up in the air. You know, the Batgirl movie was testing the same as Black Adam, right? So for them to cancel a movie that they spent $90 million on already, that was already in the can, right? And they said, "Oh, well, we're going to put out the one with The Rock that's testing it at the same level as the one that isn't with The Rock," right? Like, does that make like what that makes me wonder is, does that mean that Black Adam is an amazing movie and Batgirl was just as amazing, or does that mean that Batgirl was a crap movie and Black Adam is just as crap a movie, but they're putting more emphasis on it?
It might just be the tone and the direction, you know. It might
Mhm.
be like this isn't fit into the universe that we're trying to build, whereas like maybe Black Adam can, but also Black Adam has a huge spotlight on itself. So speaking of Black Adam, um all these big changes, right, coming in Warner Brothers Discovery, DC film president Walter Hamada was about to leave DC, but then he's like, maybe I'm gonna stick around until after Black Adam. So if anything, if Black Adam becomes like the flagship of whatever DC is going to be moving forward,
Mhm.
Hamada gets to say, I did that.
I did that shit. That was me.
Exactly.
That was me.
Exactly.
I mean, Walter Hamada, he can make any claims that he wants, but I mean, he's the reason we are where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, Walter Hamada is like 90% of the reason why the Snyderverse never got a chance, you know? So I mean, like,
Exactly.
it's like I'm at the point where it's like I can't back Walter Hamada anymore,
Gotcha.
you know?
Oh, look. Aloha to Hazel. Look at that.
I was just gonna mention that she was in there, and Hazel in the chat said, Marvel here, but I cringe as I say that because I love the darkness and angst of DC characters. Also, Superman is my favorite hero.
Speaking of The Rock,
know,
Hazel chimed in. We were mentioning The Rock. She's like, oh, I know that guy.
So she
That
went
guy?
to high
I
school
knew
with
that
The
guy.
Rock.
I know. So cool. So cool. So she is a Marvel fan, even though her favorite characters are DC. What is Cam saying? Cam saying DC?
Yeah, Cam is saying DC. He said, but then he was saying, as far as the Batgirl movie, then why bring back Keaton for Batgirl, especially if he's going to be in the Flash movie?
That's money.
But that's the thing is that they also just said that that Ben Affleck is also in the Flash movie, and Ben Affleck is also in the new Aquaman movie. So I mean, it's kind of a trip that Ben Affleck is making his way back after, already saying that he didn't want to be in the movies anymore.
Right.
I wonder if Warner Brothers is like, hey, we don't need you for full-on movies. We're going to build a universe, but we just need you guys to be the pseudo anchors that we can build off of and grow from. Like, we need Momoa, we need Affleck, we need The Rock, and that's it. And we'll move it on. So just stick with us for like the next 5 years. We're only going to bring you in for bits and pieces. You're going to get paid.
And I mean, the rumors have been that Cavill's coming back as Superman. So I mean, like, that's been a huge thing. And Cavill's been saying all kinds of cryptic stuff on Twitter about, potentially coming back as Superman.
Yeah,
so
that's what Cam is saying. Also, why are they bringing back?
Greg, do you have headphones?
Yes.
They're on his head.
Why am I getting echo?
I was getting
I
echo.
don't know.
It's gone now. We're fine. It's gone.
Anyway, let's keep it going. So Black Adam is arriving October 21st, 2022. So what is that? 2 months?
2 months.
2 months away. That is nuts.
Yeah. That's 2 months away, dude. I didn't realize it was that close.
I know, right?
Well, on the Batgirl front, didn't I hear something about like some other directors wanted to help push it and help it actually happen?
Half of Marvel is trying to push it right now.
Yeah. Feige messaged them, was like, hey, sorry.
But James Gunn messaged them too. James Gunn said that that movie should have been put out. Like, there's a lot of people who are saying that, like the people who have seen that movie are saying like that movie should have been put out. There's no reason that it shouldn't have been put out.
By the way, the directors that we're talking about, they also did Miss Marvel, so that's why Feige was messaging them. It's Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah are the two directors that did Batgirl and Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel, yeah.
All right, let's keep it going. Where are we?
And more changes coming to Warner Brothers.
Ooh, segues.
For a merger.
I believe that I just had a rumbling in my loins right there.
Oh, jeez. More Zaslav.
Keep your rumbles to yourself.
I think Zaslav.
But it's not the rumbles you think. I think it might have been a fart.
Get a room.
Oh my goodness.
I don't need to know about the rumbles in that jungle.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you smell
Smells like my childhood.
what?
Ew.
Okay, Philippe's gonna be annoying 5-year-old boy right now.
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. So James thinks that Zaslav thinks he's Black Adam.
He does. Check this out.
According to the rap, Warner Brothers Discovery has shifted the previous 45-day theatrical window put in place by the former Warner Brothers CEO Jason Kilar, and now New Warner Brothers. It's called New Warner Brothers?
New Warner Brothers films.
Oh, New Warner Brothers. Sorry, the period threw me off. New Warner Brothers. And no longer guaranteed to hit the streamer on that schedule.
Guys, it's not scripted, I promise.
What do you think about this? So during the pandemic, they put out HBO Max, and everybody's like, yay. And then they didn't know what to do with these films. And then they cut the theatrical window down from 90 plus days down to 45 days. So, and I think Disney did that too.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Disney did that too. Yeah. And next thing you know, they're going back on it. What is going on here?
And I think
do you think that's just because the world is opening back up?
and that's what I was going to say. Yeah, I think that it's because the pandemic is letting up. People are going back to movie theaters and everything like that, and they are trying to go back to, the 45-day theatrical window because they can make more money if it's in theaters for longer. That's kind of their whole thing is how do we make the most money in the shortest amount of time? And they realize, well, with theaters closed, these films need to come out. Maybe we can get more people to subscribe to HBO Max if we put them on our streamer. And now the idea is, well, we can make more money again. Let's stop emphasizing on the streamers and go back to putting movies in theaters.
Hmm. But I think there's more to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's more to what's happening here than just the 45-day window. I think they're trying to make more money in a different way.
Right.
What way is that?
I mean, it's not
Why?
scripted.
Oh,
Exactly.
Okay.
So streaming release time will now be determined on a case-by-case level basis for films in what is seen to be the latest reversal of Killar's embrace of streaming by Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav. Zaslav also revealed during last week's call that he plans to merge HBO Max and Discovery Plus to create an integrated SVOD service, or streaming video on demand.
That's exactly what I'm getting at. So this is the Disney Plus model for Black Widow and Cruella, where it's like, hey, if you want to stay home, fine, stay home, and we'll give you this movie for like $30, which is like the price of 2 movie tickets, but you get to sit on your couch and be safe. I think they're going to do this.
Yeah, I think they're realizing that Disney made so much money doing that because Disney did make a crap ton of money. They just got a lot of pushback because people were just like, well, we don't want to pay for movies in your house to watch that when it's going to be on stream in 30 days or whatever it was, so
I think Batman was the catalyst, or the Batman was the catalyst for this, because I think they realized, like, oh my God, everybody's watching Batman on HBO Max. We could have made a ton of money on HBO Max, but we just missed it because we said 45-day window. There it is. It's now free with your subscription.
I think they had skewed numbers with Wonder Woman, because when they dropped Wonder Woman 84 and people there wasn't that good a reception on it. I think that pushed them away. And I think it's both a combination of the Batman and then also because they released the stream numbers for the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut, people would have paid for that.
I have a silly question, and it may be in the weeds, but do you think that, especially at the beginning of the pandemic, when these streaming services, I don't want to say were really taking off, but they were kind of really taking off. Do you think that those were just like incentives to subscribe to those services? Like, oh, if you subscribe to HBO Max, you can watch the Batman movie at home for free instead of in the theater. No?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I think Justice League, what do they call it? Justice League Snyder Cut?
The Snyder Cut. Yeah, it was just the Snyder Cut.
That was their version of like, hey, come get this thing. Because I don't think they, especially during the pandemic, they didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah,
people
that was
wanted
a draw.
it.
Yeah, like that was a draw to get people to come to HBO Max. If they would have put a 4-hour movie in theaters, I'm sure people would have paid for it to go watch that movie, right?
But I also think it would have gotten bad reviews for being that long.
Yeah, but I mean, like the fact that it was on a streamer and the way that they promoted that and did that, where you can watch it in parts, because that's how I got Jackie to watch it, was to watch it in the separate parts for the movie. She didn't have to sit down and watch the entire movie in 4 hours.
Right.
She could watch different chapters of the movie, and it made it more digestible for her.
I don't think it would have done very well as an in-theater movie, a 4-hour pseudo remake of a movie that just got released a few years before.
That
I don't
isn't
think
necessarily true though, because when they put director's cuts in theaters, people go back and watch it. So I mean, like, I think more. I think a lot more people would have gone to go see it, especially after the first couple of reviews would have come in and said that yeah, it's long, but it's a really good movie. I mean, people would have gone to go watch it.
I've went and watched an 80-year-old, 4-year-old, 4-hour long movie in a theater before. So
Yeah, Cam just said I would have gone and watched the Snyder Cut in theaters. I mean, like I saw Justice League, the original Justice League in theaters, and like the Justice League because Joss Whedon. I watched the Justice League in theaters, and I was disappointed with that movie, right? But then, like, if they would have released the Snyder Cut, I would have gone to go watch that I probably would have gone to go watch that in theaters more than once.
I think it's for like the nerds out there. It would have been like, yes, let's go see it. Yes, give me something. Yes, I think for the average fan, like if I would ask Jenny, like, hey, remember that movie we saw, that almost 3-hour movie that was kind of crappy? Let's go see a different version of that. By the way, it's going to be 4 hours. She would have been like, hell no, go on your own, you know?
Right.
And so I think that would have turned off the masses. That's what I'm getting at.
And again, I don't know that it would have, because the thing, and we don't know. Like we honestly don't know, because it's like we can say that it would be like that, but then the cinephiles probably would have ended up going to go watch that movie, because once you get the reviews in and say that, yeah, the first version of Justice League was a pale cut comparison to the actual vision, cinephiles would have gone to go watch that just to see what the actual version of the movie was. Of course, all the DC nerds like myself would have gone to go watch that movie, and then once you see this movie is taking off and it's making all this money and people are watching it, then all the casuals will start going to go watch it and be like, well, what's all this hype for this 4-hour movie? I mean, everybody says it's good. Okay, well, I guess let's go check it out. Now, and the whole thing, it's a gradual thing over time, based on the fact that, again, what would make that movie a digestible movie is, or like the 4 hours digestible is all the reviews and people saying how good it is, and then your friend goes and sees it. Dude, I went and saw it. It's 4 hours. It's really long, but it's really good.
Yeah.
My first review of the movie, I watched it straight through the first time. And I know Aaron Watson said the same thing, that it didn't feel like it was 4 hours, because the pacing was good,
The pacing was good. But I think, getting back to the story, the whole idea, not just like, hey, how much money can we make in theaters, but they're getting into the, I want a streaming video on demand, kind of the evolution of these streaming services.
Right.
That's what Zaslav wants.
Zaslav is going about it the right way if he's looking at it in that way, because Disney is the model at this point.
How long do you think it's going to be before these streaming services all merge and then market themselves together and then reinvent cable?
Yeah,
it's going to happen. Disney's already doing it, because you can package ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus together in one package.
Hulu has live sports.
Jeez.
Sorry.
But here,
streaming services.
Hold on. So this right here is what Zaslav is getting at. So he said, once our SVOD service firmly is established in the market, we see real potential and are exploring the opportunity for a fast or free ad-supported streaming offering, which will give consumers who do not want to pay a subscription fee access to a great library that is Warner Brothers, Discovery, DC, all that stuff. So it's just giving people that may not necessarily want an HBO's Max subscription another way to access that content from Warner Brothers. So they're setting themselves up for like, hey, come access our library, kind of like you would access like a Netflix, or more like a Redbox. Like, oh, you want a movie? You want to come see, whatever old movie? Just rent it for like $3 or whatever.
And I mean, HBO Max has all kinds of that stuff. Again,
exactly.
Like you were saying, like they have, like we watch TMC movies on it all the time. Studio Ghibli is on there. Crunchyroll's on there now. I mean, like, you have all of these different studios where you can go between all these different things within HBO Max. You add Discovery Plus to that, and now they have the equivalent to Disney Plus's National Geographic.
Right.
You know, so it's like,
You can also watch The Queen of Meth on there.
Yes. And you're also a Crunchyroll, so how about that?
I am a Crunchyroll, and
So it's all about the changes that are coming to streaming.
right.
Huh, Jack?
We'll have more on that in the future.
How about right now?
You-
Speaking of streaming changes,
Jack could be a good broadcaster. I'm just saying.
yeah.
Speaking of streaming changes, oh boy, they're not going to like this.
Oh boy, they're not gonna like this.
The Walt Disney Company has rolled out some major announcements today, confirming that their ad-supported tier of Disney Plus will arrive this December.
Ooh.
You have strong
See?
feelings.
I hate that they're increasing their costs. Like, Disney doesn't need this. They are the richest company in the world. They don't need to do this, but they need to have more money because,
They were closed for a year.
and they probably made it back in a week. It's Disney. They raised their ticket prices in the parks, and people still storm the parks.
Hey, I got a notification today that my stock went up in price.
More reason for them not to give us
A week, they probably made it back in 5 minutes.
what I'm saying, right? Like, we don't need ad support just because they want us to pay more money.
Okay, well, we
And-
haven't gotten to that.
And hold on, real quick with Disneyland and Disney World, it's like, hey, we're gonna raise our ticket prices, and you're still gonna pay it. And then I'm gonna say like, hey, you want to get through it faster? Here, you're gonna pay more for that.
That's what
Right.
upsets me about it.
And you're like, okay,
We're gonna
fine.
pay it.
And then they have an even a better version where it's like, you want to make it faster than fast? How about a
Let
lightning?
me just
lane?
gouge you even more.
Even more, another $5, $15, fine, done. And you know what? We did it. We did it when we did it. We're like, I don't need our 3 children standing in line for an hour and a half, breaking down and melting down. Here's an extra $15, and we're in and out on Radiator Springs. So that's all I'm saying.
The Disney Plus Basic will be an ad-supported version. The increase by several dollars for Disney Plus subscription marks the biggest jump in price for the streaming service since it began.
And that was supposed to be one of their, like, big selling points was, we only do it for $6 because we don't need to have expensive pricing. Now they're just as expensive as Hulu was before they took it over.
Mhm.
And I'm sure
really?
they're gonna get up to the point, yeah, because Hulu's it's $10.99 for ad free with Hulu. And like, how long before they're at Netflix prices? Where
Let's
Netflix
not go that far.
$15, dude.
So this version with the version without ads will be known as Disney Plus Premium, and it will come with an increase in price. According to the company, Disney Plus Basic tier, including ads, will run about $7.99 per month with no option for annual subscription, and the Disney Plus Premium tier without ads will be increasing to $10.99 per month and $109.99 annually.
So that's pretty much 2 months free.
Yeah, you save $22 essentially.
Yeah.
An increase of $3 a month for monthly subscribers and $40 for annual subscribers, which is about a leap of 37% for both.
Honestly, I'm kind of okay with it.
I'm still gonna pay for it.
I know, right?
All right, so you distance nerding listeners, look for Disney Plus Basic and Disney Plus Premium to launch December 8th.
Guys, we need more tacos.
I was
We
told there would be tacos. I haven't gotten tacos yet.
We need more tacos so we can pay for Disney Plus.
Write off. It'll be a write off.
It'll be a write-off. I really need to look into that.
Honestly, though, like I think they said the just reading through the details of it, I think they said it would total, like the ad version,
Mhm.
4 minutes. If you sit and watch Disney for an hour, 4 minutes of that would be ads, which is like so much less than what you would get like on regular
Regular
basic
TV.
cable,
Yeah.
right? It's like,
Shut up and take my money.
I don't know. Ads don't always bother me.
yeah,
So,
4 minutes for an entire, an hour.
yeah.
I'm kind of okay with that. Like, if it's mainly your kids watching, I'd be like, screw you, kids. You get to watch ads. For me, though, I'd be like, no, I need to watch my Miss Marvel all the way through. Don't give me no ads.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I watch the same things over and over again. So I've watched Seinfeld like 4 times in a row this month. So not this month, but yeah.
You got that kind of time?
I mean, I just have it on as background noise.
Oh, so you're not like sitting down watching it kind of thing.
No, not usually.
Hey, Disney Plus, they just released I Am Groot, the new show.
Yes.
Oh, that was today, right?
That is today. So that just came out. Or actually, sorry, it came out I think yesterday. Might have been today technically. But then they also just came out with Bluey season 3,
Because that's a show I totally watch.
because Bluey is the most amazing show, and everybody, whether you have kids or not, should be watching Bluey. It's the best show on TV, on streaming, hands down. Go watch Bluey. It's the best cartoon ever. I love it.
All right, I'll
You-
go right now.
You guys are looking like, this guy's ridiculous. What is he talking about, a kid show? But you know what's funny about Bluey?
You
Like,
know
it's
what?
a kid show, but I
You know
totally watch it.
You know what a Bluey is to me? So my uncle Ralph, whenever we'd take him places, he'd go, "It's all right. We're gonna park in the front. I got my Bluey," and it was his handicap placard. I miss Uncle Ralph.
Oh, I gotcha.
That's what he calls it. That's what he used to call his handicap placard. So now I call handicap placards Blueys. So like my mom has one. I'll be like, "You got your Bluey? We're parking up front."
See, Hazel's gonna go watch Bluey. That's what I'm talking about.
Is that a kind of ecstasy?
Right? I thought you were gonna say a Bluey was like, we took our uncle out and he was hitting on all the girls, but they all denied him and
Yeah, no, that sounds like
they gave
Uncle
him a
Ralph.
Bluey.
And they gave him
No.
Bluey.
No. Wah wah.
Keep it PG, people. Okay.
No.
So did we say that when it's coming out? When the new basic
December 8th.
this basic bitch Disney, when is that coming out?
December
December 8th.
Basic Bitch Disney comes out on
Mark
December
your
8th.
calendars, December 8th, day after Pearl Harbor Day.
I don't know where Philippe went, so I
So
guess
in Mercenary for Hire news.
Are we talking about me?
Oh, yeah. You again. Marvel Comics has
Me
announced
again?
a
What,
new
do you hate me? Is that
a new Deadpool series starring the Merc with the Mouth, Wade Wilson.
Isn't Deadpool-
Woo!
Oh, wait. Doesn't Phil have an audience? There it is. There we go. Okay. Packaged audience. They're here. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here and I apparently have a new book. I'm excited for that.
yeah, let's clarify. It's a new comic book. Slow it down, Wade. A new comic
I'll
book.
slow nothing down, James.
Well, if you would hurry things up, maybe we'd get a Deadpool 3, but we haven't because
You know what? It's hard. Feige is trying to make it so that I don't make as many dick jokes, and I'm trying to make as many dick jokes as possible. Okay.
you are a dick joke.
Well, I mean, I am a walking tumor, so
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This coming November, Deadpool #1 kicks off a new ongoing series from Alyssa Wong, known for her work on Star Wars, Dr.
Afra.
Afra and Iron Fist, and artist Martin
Cocolo.
Kokolo.
'cause
Currently,
that's not a made up name.
Oh,
currently drawing the Hulk. Currently drawing Hulk versus Thor, Banner of War Crossfire. Is that one whole comic?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a special series, like Hulk
Yeah.
versus Thor, Banner of War crossover. So it's about Bruce Banner.
Oh, okay. So basically, they are coming together to and are promising a riotous, violence, and relentless body horror. Whoa.
Who's a whore?
It says horror. I have a speech impediment.
My wife is a succubus, and she is a whore. So
Easy. What is happening here?
have you not read my comic books? Do you not-
Deadpool's new solo series, the first since the previous Deadpool volume wrapped in January 2021, begins with a new group of mercenaries sending Deadpool on one of his most dangerous missions, complete with an intoxicating villain, unleashing a plan that has side effects of Wade's body. So an old avocado?
Old avocado, as Weasel said, having hate sex with an older, slightly less ripe avocado.
Oh, Lord.
Whoa. What is happening?
Also, we can look forward to new love interests that emerge.
Interesting.
So not Lady Death and not the succubus that I married in my last comic book.
You really married a succubus? I thought you were being rude to Jackie.
No, he.
What'd you do with Philippe?
I believe this time
Did
he
you make
may
the
be,
dishes?
he may be hiding in the dishwasher itself. I may or may not have put a little bit of soap in there and started the dishwasher while he was in it. So your dishes may be red. I apologize. I don't apologize at all.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah, he will be clean though. He will be clean.
Oh, good.
Promise. No more stripper glitter.
No more stripper glitter. No monkeypox.
No monkeypox at all. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good way to sanitize somebody.
And a
That
pickle. You threw a pickle in there with him.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I've heard he loves pickles, so I definitely gave him a bunch of pickle chips, and it was great.
Okay. So next up we have the Merc with the mouth opsis.
Wait a minute, I have to do Phil's thing here. All right.
Jeez, okay.
Merc with the mouth opsis.
Synopsis.
How was that? Was that good?
It was great. Wade, do you want to take this one?
No, because I can't read enough on the screen in order to do it. I'm
Can't-
sorry.
So
No,
you
I'm
can't
not.
read. Okay.
No,
That's all we
reading-
needed to know. We just needed to know you couldn't read.
Reading is not my strong point.
Okay.
I never passed elementary school, so I didn't graduate from that, and that's why I'm a mercenary to this day.
Okay. I'm glad for that.
Mhm.
The world knows Wade.
Canada doesn't need very much in order to graduate from elementary school. I'm still not good enough.
The world knows Wade Wilson is one of the top mercenary assassins in the Marvel universe, even if he is simultaneously the most annoying one.
Very annoying.
Very.
Super annoying.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Super annoying.
But he is pushing to make that recognition official as he auditions for an elite group known as Atelier.
What?
Atelier.
Atelier.
I'm gonna go with that.
It's a good Canadian team. It's French, so you can keep trying.
Okay.
What?
Nobody will
Now-
understand you. It doesn't
Now
matter.
he has 48 hours to kill one of the world's most famous supervillains.
What?
Only one problem. He's been kidnapped, and something strange is growing inside of him.
Fun fact: it's a burrito, baby.
I haven't read a Deadpool comic in a while, but that sounds like a crazy book to read.
I'm down to read that.
There you go.
Can I get it from the library?
Didn't Phil tell me that you hate comic books?
Phil doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
He knows what I
Phil
tell
know?
him.
Exactly.
He knows what I tell him.
I may love you.
Well, get in line.
Will you marry me instead of him?
Deadpool #1 goes on sale November 2nd.
Problem is I look like a pickle, without the green part, and I'm covered in road rash. Are you okay with that?
No,
I swear I was handsome at one point in my life.
I believe you.
Okay.
Moving right along.
In the era of H news, John Laurinaitis has officially been fired from the WWE per a news report from the PW Insider. Johnny Ace is gone from WWE.
Good
Ouch.
freaking riddance.
Adios.
So, you guys know what was happening with Vince McMahon and paying off people, right? And then he retired. He's been using the company's money and his own money, like millions of dollars worth of money,
Millions.
millions to pay off people to be quiet. You know that he was having sex with them or trying to have sex with them or whatever.
Wonder what that's like.
Having sex with Vince McMahon, I'm sure it's horrifying.
Having sex with women, yeah, it's really odd, really odd.
That's a good one, Cam. I'm using that at some point. Said spoiler alert: Logan is growing inside of Wade.
So Laurinaitis, who was also like on Total Divas for like Nikki and Brie Bella, right? He
'Cause he's their
married.
stepdad, right?
Say it again.
He's their stepdad, right?
He married their mom,
Yeah.
and then he got hired back to WWE. Now he's getting fired because he was implicated in the initial Wall Street Journal report that unveiled, McMahon was allegedly paying like $3 million to former employees in order to keep their mouth shut. By the way, on top of his 19 million that he was paying people to be quiet. Ooh. So Laurinaitis looks so shady. So shady.
Yeah.
He pretty much got hired back by WWE to be like Vince's right-hand man to keep all this kind of under wraps.
Yeah. Head of talent relations, right? And you can't retain any talent because you're helping him pay money to the ones that he owes money to, but we're getting rid of all the people who are worth keeping.
He was also known to be the guy to make that call like, hey, we're sorry, wrestler or referee, we're going to let you go.
Yeah.
It's a budget cut thing. He was the guy that would call.
Where does it all go wrong?
When Vince McMahon bangs somebody and he needs to pay them hush money.
Where's Linda?
Linda McMahon was just letting it happen.
Oh.
Poor Linda.
She was too busy being the small business administrator for Trump.
Mm,
She was part of his administration.
that's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about
We
that.
only gave her a job because she was a donor for his campaign.
Yeah. But I mean, the one thing it gave us Triple H as head of talent relations for WWE. So I guess that's kind of good.
Not just head of talent relations, but also head of creative. And that's kind of what we need because, for those of us that watch wrestling, we've been seeing like a lot of NXT wrestlers who were fired are coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting to see some of the bigger names come back. Like I want to see, specifically, I want to see Braun Strowman because he's not signed with anybody, and I want to see Bray Wyatt come back.
Yeah. So Johnny Ace, that was his name, but Johnny Laurinaitis was like the guy to keep all the secrets in check, super shady.
Mhm.
And then, he married the Bella's mom, and it was on TV because they had a reality show. And then her mom got some kind of paralysis in like half her face.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then next thing you know, Laurinaitis is part of this hush hush campaign. I guess he might have been sleeping around with some of these women as well. Super shady. I'm
I
like,
believe it. I totally believe it.
Super shady. He's such like a dirt bag.
Dirtbag, man.
I'm
Yeah.
just a teenage dirtbag baby.
Super sad. So Johnny Ace, you're fired.
Pretty good Vince McMahon.
I try.
It's a
I tried.
pretty good Vince McMahon. Not as good as your Gorilla Monsoon.
Yeah. Hey, we got one more story, and it's a wrestling story.
It is a wrestling story.
So
I'm a wrestling story.
you are a wrestling story. We're wrestling with you. All
Wrestling with my personality. That's going to be the next name of our show.
This is so good because it's such old school wrestling, and this is like everything I love. So Vice TV officially announced its latest pro wrestling documentary series called Tales from the Territories.
Mm.
So, and the reason why they do this, before WWE, and not a lot of people knew what wrestling was like before WWE, or WWF taking over, and McMahon buying all the territories. All the wrestling promotions were broken into pretty much geographic territories,
Right.
right? And so, wrestlers would go from territory to territory, playing a heel or playing a face, being a good guy or bad guy, coming in and out of territories, kind of keeping things fresh. That all went away when Vince McMahon started buying up all these territories
Right.
and becoming a national syndicated broadcasted thing that we know now as WWE. So all that changed because of Vince McMahon. Now we're getting all the stories behind all those promotions, tales from the territories. So I'm super excited for this. Super excited.
Super serial.
Serial. So, and by the way, this is being produced by the people that made Dark Side of the Ring, which is like another wrestling documentary.
And I kind of figured, because I know Dark Side of the Ring is on Vice,
Yeah.
and it seems like just the promotional stuff seems like it looks a lot like Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, and it's being also produced by Dwayne Johnson's company, $7 Productions, which is cool. Like, right on the cover art for the promotion, like his father, Rocky Johnson's on it. That's cool. Like, we're gonna get
his dad.
Yeah, they got Jerry the King Lawler, Arn Anderson. They got one of the Von Erichs. It's gonna be great. So I have a Tales from the Kayfabe Brotheropsis.
Tales from the Kayfabe Brotheropsis.
Synopsis. Oh yeah!
The territory days were the time before wrestling expanded nationally, when different areas across the US and Canada, aka territories, were areas dominated by unscrupulous bookers, rabid fans who fervently believed in their favorite characters, and fearless wrestlers who blurred the lines between fiction and reality, both inside and outside of the ring. This is the era of wrestling that my parents grew up in, and that loved wrestling back then. To this day, my mom thinks wrestling is real.
Really?
To this day, she watches every Monday. She thinks it's all real, and I almost like ruined it for her, because I said something about, oh, backstage they got hurt, this and that, but they'll be coming back, and she's like, "What are you saying?" I'm like, "Oh, nothing, Mom." Nothing, Mom.
What do you mean backstage?
The Undertaker's really the dead man. Sorry, Mom. Oh, it's so funny. It's
Like,
so funny.
Kane is his brother. He's the devil.
Yeah, she's the type of person that would be like angry at somebody if they, turned heel and turned on their best friend, kind of thing. It's super funny. I dig it.
Meanwhile, those of us who know the game that's going on, it's like, dude, Roman Reigns went heel finally.
Exactly. Right. And she's
Whereas
like,
mom's like, why did he become a bad guy? Why?
I can't believe he turned on his best friend. Why did he do that to his best friend?
Waiting for that. I was waiting.
It's so great. I'm like,
waiting for you to do the Filipino accent for your mom.
I needed an immersive experience in that.
Yes.
right.
I feel like I got it.
It'd only be better with like the smell of some chicken adobo, like in the background.
And just smell the oil from the lumpia.
I'll go get. I'm sure they got that at Bed Bath Body Works. So I'll go pick one up.
A candle, lumpia, and
Yeah.
and adobo.
Yeah, I'll get like the lumpia scented, and then also the adobo. Or I'll just go get
It's
some
so
soy
good.
sauce and
So good. I'm
It's
so
Sea-Log in here. I love it.
exactly right. Just throw an egg on it.
just
It's-
throw an
it's-
egg on it.
That's what C-Log means. Throw an egg on it. Okay, so we're gonna get interviews with like Bret Hart, Abdullah the Butcher,
Ooh.
Jim Ross, which is great. He's with AEW now, but he
Mhm.
was the longtime voice of WWE. He's back in this documentary, so that's awesome that we're bringing him back to tell these stories.
Right.
We're gonna get stories from like Jake the Snake Roberts, Ted DiBiase, Michael P.S. Hayes. This is gonna be amazing.
Is Michael Hayes still part of creative?
at WWE. I think
Yeah.
so. I think so.
Interesting.
Now you're gonna make me think about that.
Yeah, because now that everybody's like, you've had this purge in creative, like I didn't hear anything about Michael Hayes. I wonder if Michael Hayes is still with creative.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll have to find that out for next week
Yeah, I know, right?
as the world turns.
Tales from the Territories will take to the squared circle on October 4th on Vice TV.
Oh, yeah!
That's it for the news.
All right,
What's
guys.
that?
Good night. Oh no, wait. It's not the end of the night.
No, got some rumors.
All right. Well, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for some rumors. I just recently watched a TikTok of the Undertaker rising from the coffin with the Chrissy wake up sound. I need that.
I need that. Yeah.
I
was gonna
need
say,
that so
Cam.
that I can give it to Jackie, because now she's going to be like, oh, I know who the Undertaker is. And he's waking up to Chrissy, wake up. I don't like this.
That song's been stuck in my head for like 2 months.
That's the
I think that song's been stuck in everybody's head for the last 2 months.
That's what I'm saying. That's the reason in that one promo I ended up using it, because I was like, oh, Jack would be happy if I use this in this promo.
Oh, that's good. Oh, look, I got photo confidence from my my cousin from the Hawaiian Filipinos. I love it.
Do you
Well,
say
okay, so
My accent.
anime 777 opinion on Jubei. Oh, okay. Hold on. No, we're not going to talk about that. Took me a second to realize what that was.
You got me, unless it's a rumor and it's about the MCU. I don't want to talk about it because I got some MCU rumors.
Let's do it.
Okay. So we got the return of Charlie Cox as Daredevil in the MCU. We got Vincent D'Onofrio back as Kingpin in the MCU. No official word yet, but Rosario Dawson, right? She's all over the place right now. But
Who played
Rosario,
Night-
what's that?
Who played Night Nurse?
Yeah, she was in the Marvel Netflix series. Well, she was in multiple, right? She started.
She was in pretty much all of them, because again, she played Night Nurse. She was dating Luke Cage in the Luke Cage series. Of course, she was introduced in Daredevil because she is mainly a Daredevil character to begin with.
Yeah.
She's good friends with Jessica Jones, and then she was again a nurse in Iron Fist, and then the Defenders is she almost was like the way they all kind of came together.
Yeah.
Well, I know this guy, and you guys should all talk.
So she was at C2E2. That was in Vegas, right? C2E2.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yes.
So she said, I found out yesterday that the Punisher was happening, so I feel like it's my second chance. So, like you were saying, she was in all of them. The Punisher series, that was the only one she wasn't in.
Right.
Mhm.
Which is funny because Karen Jones was in that, so it's just kind of like, you had Karen in that show when she came from Daredevil.
So she let it slip. She's like, "Oh yeah, I want to be in Punisher. I haven't been in Punisher." Oh, oops. Now we're getting Punisher.
I wonder if that was like a planned slip, because she's usually really good about that kind of stuff. So I wonder if it was a oh, oops, was I not supposed to say that, and like putting it out there so people know it's coming, or if it was like really a slip and she actually slipped.
I don't know. She could do no wrong. So if she slips and does it and said the Punisher's coming, I'm into it. Let's put some tacos on the table. Are we getting John Barenthal back as the Punisher in the MCU?
100%. If the Punisher comes back, it's John Barenthal. Feige already said that John Barenthal is going to be the Punisher if he ever brings the Punisher back.
Are we still looking at the taco tacos on the table?
Tacos.
We are. Those tacos can stay on the table for right now. Okay.
Okay, all right. One's looking a little iffy. The one on the back right is struggling. Anyway, Squints, what do you think? Are we getting the Punisher?
My tacos are partially on the table.
No,
partially?
no. There is no such thing as a partial taco. It's either on the table or you eat that taco and it's off the table. There's no fence to be ridden. There's no half tacos.
Your taco falls off the table and you don't eat it, or the taco's on the table
Or the taco falls off and I eat it.
What does your gut tell you?
to eat the taco.
Or that taco.
Always to eat the taco.
Now, but do you think John Barenthal is coming back as the Punisher?
That's what I'm vying for, especially since Feige said that.
Because Feige said Charlie Cox and John Barenthal were the two things that saved the Netflix series for him.
Right. If it doesn't end up in Barenthal, I'm.
I don't know. Jackie, did you ever watch The Punisher?
No, the question is, Jackie, did Philippe ever make you watch The Punisher?
Watch The Punisher.
Yeah, I think that one
Or
came
Daredevil.
So he did make me watch Daredevil, and he made me watch Jessica Jones. That was when we first started dating, and I was trying to impress him.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Punisher came after that, and I think I watched like 2 episodes.
Okay, there's an adorable overload on screen right now.
Oh, what?
Oh, she's out of here. She's like, nope.
She's like, I'm not on the screen. No.
Wait, come back with my GoBot. You don't just take my GoBot. She took my GoBot. Okay. Philippe, tacos, tables?
Oh, my tacos are definitely on the table, man. Again, Feige has expressed multiple times that he would want Charlie Cox and John Barenthal to come back as their respective characters as is. We got Charlie Cox. We know Charlie Cox is coming back as Daredevil. It would be stupid to recast anybody as the Punisher when John Barenthal plays him. He plays him so perfectly.
To be honest, there is no other Punisher to me.
Yeah, because I mean, people will.
Excuse me, Dolph Lundgren.
Was horrible.
People will argue
Sir.
Thomas Jane. People will argue Thomas Jane all day, but I mean, like, again, me being an actual Punisher fan, yes, that movie was decent, but it wasn't. It was he was too sympathetic of a character, and Punisher is very much a visceral character, So and that's why I like the way John Barenthal plays him, because the sympathy you give him is because you understand the PTSD he's going through, not because you feel like he's, oh, I feel sorry for him and all this other stuff. Like, you don't feel sorry for him. You feel the amount of vengeance that is just coursing through him, So that's what I like about John Barenthal's version of the Punisher. On screen, he's the next to, I'm forgetting the actor's name, but next to Punisher Warzone, he's the best. He's the best variation of the Punisher on screen.
I'll look that up. Punisher Warzone.
Yeah, the dude who played. Mm-hmm.
Dude who played him. I'm looking it up. Anyway, my tacos are on the table. I think we're gonna get him back. I think we're gonna get the Netflix character back, minus Iron Fist.
Mm-hmm. Ray Stevenson played Frank Castle in that movie.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, and like again, Ray Stevenson's portrayal of Frank Castle is just spot on, but he's more of a grizzled, this is later in Frank's career.
Did Punisher Warzone, did it follow any kind of comic storyline?
Oh, it follows the Warzone comic book like perfect.
Yeah,
okay,
perfect.
I never saw it. I might have to go back and watch it.
Mm-hmm. Jigsaw is also in that movie, but it's Jigsaw from the comics, not Jigsaw the way they did him in the show.
Okay.
Yeah, like his face is literally a jigsaw puzzle. It is gruesome.
Okay. Sounds like tacos are on the table. John Barenthal, Punisher. We're gonna get him in the MCU somehow.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I say, like I said, my tacos are firmly on the table and scrumptiously eaten.
Really quick clarification for those just tuning in and not knowing what tacos on and off the table are. Tacos on the table means that you think the rumor is true.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
Think of it like poker chips.
Table. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. I just wanted to clarify for anybody who's not listening what tacos on the table versus off the table means.
Good point. Way to think of the audience. This next story is serving no audience except for young Phil. So
I
let's-
saw this and I was like, oh, this is totally a me story.
so let's
Yeah.
get through it. So I guess a rumor tied to Destiny 2 may have just teased that Bungie is planning to remove a core feature from the game. And I know nothing about this, but it's basically boiling down to there's a thing called power level inside Destiny 2, but they're slowly getting away from that. And I don't know, is that like experience points, young Phil?
Kind of, right? So I mean, there's two different kind of like
Can you
leveling.
mansplain Destiny 2 power level?
Yeah,
for
yeah,
us?
yeah. I mean, there's two different kinds of leveling in Destiny, right? So you have your light level, which
You
is
have
basically
your Disney Basic and then your Disney Premium.
Yes.
what she said.
Yes. Up there. Yes.
Up that way, right there.
There it
No, so I mean, you have your light level, and then you have kind of like your season pass level, right? So season pass level is like, like right now I'm like a level 96, right? And then my light level is kind of like, it's almost like a gate for certain activities in the game, right? So the higher your light level, the easier certain activities in the game get, or to a point like you have to be a certain light level to do certain types of activities in the game as it is, right? So like if you want to do a raid, and like right now my character is 1581 and the max is 1580, right? So if you're not at least 1580, then you're going to have a lot of trouble trying to get through a raid or trying to get through a dungeon or trying to get through certain activities. Versus like there's minimum light level. There's
Okay. So I feel like this is like when I talk about comic books to other people that aren't reading comic books. It's just like going past them. It's totally going past me. Tell me what this means. Is it good for the game? Bad for the game? Is this changing the game? Why are they doing this?
It would completely change the game. I'm not sure how they would implement things, but I mean, like in the last couple of years, when they implement certain things in the game, it's usually for the better. The grind, every time you've seen me play live streams of Destiny, I talk about the grind. We're doing the grind, right? Things like that. The
Mhm.
grind is to raise your light level. What you're trying to do is raise your light, because once you get past a certain level, you have to do repetitive activities in order to get gear that'll raise your light level. Right? It's called basically you're looking for pinnacle gear, and essentially, it's the grind is trying to get higher light level gear so that way you can do better activities.
So this other level thing doesn't even matter. It's all
The
about this light level.
Power level.
Yeah, the season pass light level doesn't really do anything. It's the power level is the one that matters to do activities,
Gotcha.
right? Like I think I saw on the thing.
Use the season pass light level for?
It's really just to like unlock gear and stuff like that. So the first 100 levels is to unlock certain pieces of gear, and then there's also the artifacts, which is what it sounds like they're going to be going to. The artifacts are for like certain skills that you can unlock after a certain amount of time. So like picking up certain types of weapons, or like having certain types of dexterities for different weapons and stuff. So like how fast you can look down the sights and kind of stuff. So I mean, like you get attributes for the season pass and everything like that, but the light level is what makes it so you can do harder activities in the game.
Gotcha. So yes, no. Are they doing it?
I see. Again, I don't know what they would do. So, like, as far as tacos on the table, my tacos would probably be on the table because it's a way of keeping things fresh in the game for them. What I think is more kind of like the question is, what are they going to replace it with?
I think they do away with it and just do light level, or no?
But it seems like they're getting rid of light levels in general, and they're going to be going to the season pass system. Because from what I was reading, if I go back to the rumor here, according to @Destiny 2 leaks on Twitter, which has had accurate scoops on the past in the past, Bungie is currently planning on removing power levels and making it all one big artifact level, right? So that's what I was just talking about, the artifacts. Make it so you can unlock like different skill trees and stuff. In fact, with each new expansion for Destiny 2 that release, Bungie automatically bumps up every player's power level to contain threshold to ensure that they don't fall too far behind. And this is true. Like, basically your bottom out power level gets increased every time they do a new expansion. And then it's your job to kind of like grind out into the next the next power cap.
My tacos are not on the table. Screw it.
You're gonna do it.
I don't know either way, but I'm taking my tacos and going home.
So what they're saying is we might hear more about the alterations later on this month at the Destiny 2 showcase that Bungie is holding on August 23rd. So
did you know there was a Destiny 2 showcase coming, sir?
I didn't know it was coming up, but my buddy, funny enough, it's not a joke. His name is Brett Favre. He usually will text me, when the showcase is coming up, and he'll like give me all the highlights and stuff.
I'm just saying, I brought you some Destiny 2 news.
Yeah.
And a rumor. But you know what else? What else I brought you?
What else did you bring?
I brought you some merch, people.
We got merch, people. Purr, 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 purr.
Peeper, papa, purr. Yeah.
Purr, 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 purr.
So we got hats, we got shirts. Side note, I just ordered myself a new shirt, but we'll talk about that some
Wait,
other
what?
day.
We have new shirts?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about that.
Wait. I still don't have a shirt.
You better get on that then.
At all?
Sounds like a Greg problem. Sounds like a Squints problem, not a John Mez 5000 problem.
Ouch.
Ow.
Painful right there. That hurt.
So we got hats, people. They're going like crazy. I just sold 2 this past weekend while camping. That's how we do it. We do it while camping. So if you want a hat, they're $35 each. We got black, we got gray. If you're gonna buy both hats, like both colors, or you just want multiple hats, $30 each. We got Baller Black and Galaxy Gray. Which one do I have? I have black.
Black.
I'm rocking the Baller Black right now.
No. Jackie,
New
which one are you
merch.
rocking?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm the invisible one. Obviously.
Oh, there you go.
What? I think my gray hat is over there somewhere. If you want to put it on to you.
What?
She's like, I know.
She's
like, no.
I have ponytail.
Yours is stinky.
What?
So if you don't want to wear a hat, you can wear a shirt.
What?
They're $20.
What?
If you're local.
What?
$25 if we've got to ship it.
What?
Just DM us your size at Distance Nerding.
What?
On Instagram.
What?
On Facebook.
What?
On TikTok.
What?
On MySpace.
What? On
OnlyFans.
What?
Only pictures of birds' feet.
What? On carrier pigeon.
Yeah. On Carrier Pigeon. We may be adding pictures of Jackie's feet. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Oh no, we need to be adding them with Philippe's.
Oh, with my pedicure?
He got a pedicure over the weekend.
Wow, fancy.
My brother.
Yeah, that person who did it, they're in trauma therapy now.
Oh yeah, definitely are. That was an epic what. I did that just for you, Jester G, man. Oh, the twins are here.
Cuteness
Oh my
overload.
goodness.
Cuteness overload.
Trying to do a show here, people.
Kaya and Gogo, hi.
Okay, so if you want a t-shirt,
Just don't snooty.
it's $20 or 25 if we gotta ship it. Tell us your size. We got more sizes coming thanks to our buddy Joe. We'll have all the sizes in. Okay, we're gonna have all the sizes in very soon. You guys need to go to the production meetings because you're way off.
They are totally taking over this show, and I'm all for it.
All right. So all you got to do, DM us on Instagram.
It's snorting.
That's where we're gonna check.
Snorting.
Snorting.
Yeah. Everybody say hi, Phil.
I feel.
Say hi, Squints.
Hi,
Hi, Jackie.
No,
Say
hi.
we'll see you.
No hi for Jackie?
Tacos ready. All right.
Oh, I think they froze when they say, when they're getting ready to say
Okay. Okay.
they're getting ready
All
to
right.
talk about the wedding, right?
Yeah. No, we're getting ready to talk about the build. That's what we're going to talk about.
Let's do that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are unfamiliar with what we do on Monday nights, we do a show called The Build, and that is a whole bunch of fun. We do it on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook. Hang out with Phil as he builds Lego kits, and right now, I'm talking to myself in the third person. And right now, I'm building Optimus Prime. If you want to check out a Lego kit that transforms from a robot in disguise into a truck, then you need to watch me build Optimus Prime on the build. This Monday, ladies and gentlemen, we have on Eric Ruiz and his partner Luis as they talk about the Lucharillas. And they said that they are going to have some special announcements and talk about some release dates for some of the product that they have coming out. So
So Lucharilla news coming on Monday, right?
Oh, we've got some real exclusive Lucharilla news. So I'm very excited to talk to our good friend Eric Ruiz.
I love it.
Big question is, young Jack, are you going to be on to do our fun in the sun summer games bracket?
Summer games.
Depending on the day, I'll
Make
probably
me feel fine.
not the day, the date.
Mhm.
I have a short work week that week.
That's right. That's right.
There's no reason why I wouldn't be unless something came up.
Right. Well, super sweet, guys. Come and check us out on Mondays. And of course, you can always see us right here, 7 o'clock to lately it's been around 9 for the download.
Unless Jackie's getting drunk somewhere.
Oh, that was such a good
Stumbling into the studio.
There's not a person who isn't who hasn't told me that they watched that episode on last Monday, and we're just cracking up when Jackie walked in drunk. So just it was great.
She was happy.
We'll need to burn that episode.
No, because people enjoyed it, so I'm not bringing that episode. I might even make that an audio episode pretty soon.
Jeez, Joseph and Mary.
Speaking of audio episodes, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new show that we just started putting out called A Comic Conversation. Now,
Comic Conversation.
I was waiting for the vibrato at the end, right? Just right there.
I felt like I was in the haunted house.
Right.
But guys, if you have you ever wanted to listen to the interviews that we do at the cons and you're just not able to get to the cons or anything like that, essentially what we're doing is we've got a new series that comes out every 2 weeks where we are putting those interviews out for you to listen to. Right now we're getting through Gem State Comic Con. So Cam Smith, hey man, if you
Cam was there, yeah,
and that's what I'm saying, Cam Smith, hey, if you want to relive all of those interviews that you were hanging out at, boom, they're popping up on the internet now, and you can even show your friends, hey, if you didn't go to Gem State, you need to go because check out these interviews. They were awesome.
Yeah, the basic idea is like we want to share these amazing interviews so you can get to know these amazing celebrities that we interviewed or artists or actors or whoever it may be, and then get yourself out to a con. You know, whether it's the same person's going to be at the con or get out to a different con, just go get out to a con. They're so much fun. Hopefully we'll be there too. Come hang out with us. Have a good time at these Comic Cons.
Right.
I like it. So we have 2 out right now, right? We have Jackie Lastra,
who was our first episode, correct? And then that just released an episode with Romy J. Sharf and Jack Guzman, and they were respectively Alpha 5 herself and the Black Ranger from Wild Force. So
Perfect.
go and check that out, guys. Have fun with the Power Rangers, and then be on the lookout for the next episode, which is another one that I'm excited for. Should I just spoil who's the next episode is, or
Nope.
should they tune in?
No, because you got like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
For
So
the next
guys,
drop.
just tune in for that next episode, because that next episode is pretty fun.
If there's any guesses, we'd be interested in your guesses.
I will give you guys a hint, and this could be anybody because we've interviewed 3 of them. That's it. That's all I'm gonna give you.
That's not bad. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So, real quick, are we having a show next week? Because we're down to the wire, y'all.
We are down to the wire, so we are
Yeah, you guys can have a show next week.
we are scheduled for August 17th right now.
Okay, that's all you need to know. So we'll be back regular bat time, regular bat channel.
Yeah,
next week.
I don't think anything except for maybe Monday may be messed up.
Yeah, we'll call it Phil and Jack are getting married extravaganza.
There you go.
Yeah. Maybe we'll like post like a classic episode or something.
Or a comic conversation.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We could post a comic conversation.
Okay, perfect. Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on, and make sure to let us know in the Facebook group, the Distance Nerdington Post, or we call it Cam's personal blog, to post everything nerdy.
100%.
He is so much faster at this internet thing than I am.
Yeah, no, we're just
Right.
just kind of let him do his thing.
No,
Guys,
we appreciate you, Cam. We appreciate you.
we really do. Now, guys, you can buy us a taco. Guys, join the taco party. Go to distancenerding.com and click on that button that says join the taco party. And guys, you can be as cool as Julie, or you can be as cool as Aaron Watson and all the other people who have contributed to purchasing tacos and helping us make it so that we can get out to these cons and get better merch for you guys and everything like that, and get better prizes so I can give free stuff away, because I like giving away free stuff. Who doesn't like getting free stuff?
Because I've heard you like buying people's affections.
Because that is the one thing I love to do. I am not afraid to buy your affection. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen.
I am, however.
She is very afraid to buy your affection. I am not. I am not afraid to buy your affection. I will buy your love.
She holds the wallet.
For our life. She does hold my wallet. She holds my credit card. That's 100% a true thing. Guys, connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, all at Distance Nerding. Now, before I let James say the next line, Layaki. We need your pluggables. Give us some of your plugs here.
I'm still I'm still on a hiatus on Instagram. But yeah, I mean, you can like catch me here on Mondays and interact with me,
Catch you outside.
catch me outside.
How about that?
How about that? If you have any important business inquiries, you can contact me on Mondays on the Lego build. Otherwise, yeah, you can just interact with me on the Distance Nerdington post and such.
Jack, do you have any recommendations for podcasts?
Yeah, I mean, I have a few. Outside Lands with a Z is probably my favorite. I really like all of anything Aaron Mahnke does. He has a really cool one on pirates right now under lore.
I heard a trailer for that one. I'm actually kind of excited to listen to it.
Yeah, so he's got like small, medium, large as far as like length. And so there's lore, which is I think the long, no, I don't know. I think it's the medium sized one. And then there's Cabinet of Curiosity, which is the shorter one. And then he has a larger one that I can't think of what the name is right now, but they're all Aaron Mahnke. So if you find one, you can usually find the other.
There we go. Hey, Squints.
Yes, sir.
Give us your pluggable, sir. Tell us where we can find you and what things you're up to. And hey, anything you want to plug at all.
All right. You can find me on Instagram at Cuts and Chaos Pod. got some content coming up that I'm going to be super excited to release. And you will hear about that soon.
Very beautiful. Jamez, do you have any plugs, anything that we that we need to let the people know about aside from our regular social media?
Besides that, I would also say follow Sack Geeks at Sack Geeks on Instagram. You know, now that we're getting out of the pandemic, we're getting out and about. I was just talking to Bex, the head of Sack Geeks. They're doing a bunch of stuff coming up, so super excited for that. So make sure you follow Sack Geeks. We're gonna get out and about, get out into the people, get out and see the people. So we'll be at like a bunch of different events coming up. There's gonna be, we'll talk about this later, but there's gonna be a special video game showcase here in West Sacramento that they asked Sack Geeks to be a part of, and Sack Geeks is asking Distance Nerding to be a part of. So we'll talk about that soon.
And you're on the board for Sack Geeks now, right?
Yep, on the board of directors for Sack Geeks. So make sure you follow at Sack Geeks on all the things.
All right. And then what about that Toy Fusion swap meet that's coming up here?
On the swap? Oh, we got that swap coming. It's August 28th. Again, it's gonna be amazing. So Andrew from Toy Fusion has Toy Fusion, you know, in this mall. And then usually there's vendors outside, but then he also has another section of the strip mall that's partially his office, but also another group of vendors front and back. So it's like this whole big long strip mall of vendors that are going to be out here. I think it's August 28th, which is I think a Sunday.
Right.
Tons of vendors, all kinds of stuff, all kinds. Pokemon, Funko Pops, vintage toys, G.I. Joe, Transformers,
lightsabers.
Our boy Ark from Kyber Cave was out there last weekend. No, 2 weekends ago.
2 weeks ago.
And it was amazing. He said he did really well. People were super excited. So all kinds of stuff out there. All kinds.
Yeah, so guys, be on the ready, be on the lookout. Sack Geeks and Toy Fusion. You will catch us. If you're in the Sacramento area, then you may be seeing us in those areas there. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, I've said it once before. I'll say it again because I reiterate where we're at. We are at Distance Nerding everywhere social media exists. Guys, catch us, and we are out of here.
Out of here.
Out.
Oh, you want somebody to do the last line? Who's going to do the last line? Squint, do the last line.
The dance party?
Oh,
Jackie, do the last line.
Hey, you guys. So that's our show, and we just want you to know that we want you to keep nerding together.
There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the dance party. Let's get this done.
I don't have anything.
She took my GoBot. Coco took my GoBot.
Swiss is ready.
I'll have to bring Edit back.
Is that Speed Racing?
Distance Nerding.
It's that new Gabriel Iglesias.
Fluffy. Hey, speaking of Fluffy,
His glasses are back.
shout out to Raider Ray.
He can see again.
Martín.
See you all next week.